What's up? Welcome back. Today, let's go over my SBR that I just got the tax stamp back not too long ago. What I built it for, what it's built out of, all that good stuff. Stay tuned. This is my latest and greatest build of a rifle. I wanted a gun that was, I don't know, like a multi-purpose gun, right? I have some long-range guns. I have some like short-range CQB guns. I wanted something kind of in the middle, right? This is my first 12.5-inch AR. I've never built a 12.5-inch AR before, so I wanted to kind of play with it and see what's going on. I can tell you right now, I really like it. I picked everything on this gun for a pretty specific reason. Some things were good choices, some things were not so good of choices, and we'll get into all of that. So let's start, as Grand Thumb always says, from tip, wait a minute, hold on, from butt to tip or tip to butt. What does he do? What do those Navy guys do? Those Navy guys do something. I think they just go right for the butt. All right, so in honor of the Navy, we'll go right for the butt. All right, so like I said, 12.5-inch gun. So let's start with the butt. I have a Magpul stock because I really love Magpul stock. All right, nothing, it's not broke, don't fix it. All right, there are more expensive stocks out there, butt stocks out there. Haven't seen a use for them. I do have the little GBRS. I don't know what all these things are called, but I have the GBRS little riser thing because I have the riser for an EOTech, so I have a GBRS riser. I want to say it's the tallest one they have. 3/4 inch maybe, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's the tallest one I have. Works really great. It's made out of like a plastic or polymer or some like 3D printed shit, but it's really good for touch points and all that great stuff, okay? I put the extra thick butt pad on there. Why? Because I'm pretty tall. I'm 6'2", I'm a pretty big dude. Even with this A5 on here and the extra butt pad, I mean, it's still like perfect. I could even go like a little 1/4 inch more. So I'm a taller dude, longer arms, so that's why, okay? Let's see, sling, this is the Travis Haley sling. It's probably got some really cool name that I don't know. It's a single and double. I really like those because if I want to, I can go single point and make CQB a little bit easier, or I can stay with 2 point and it makes kind of carrying it around a lot easier. And we'll get into where I put the 2 points here in just a little bit. Okay, so buffer system. I have the A5 buffer system with an H5 buffer. This was a Sons of Liberty kit that I got from whatever website I got it from. I can't remember, probably Primary Arms. And they didn't have the A5 buffer. I think they had like the 8 or the 8 H5. They had like the H2 or something like that. I wanted the heavier buffer, so had to buy that from somewhere else. Let's see what we got. We got Ferro Concepts little butt plate here. I don't know why I bought the Ferro Concepts one. I'm assuming it was pretty cheap and I wanted it. And it also has the option of a quick detent right there. I have a Magpul grip. I don't know exactly which one it is. It's a Magpul one. I don't know. Let's see. I have a Radiant selector. This is actually really nice. This is actually the first time I've ever bought a different selector than kind of what came with the AR lower kits. I never really was the, gotta have a cool guy selector on there. I was totally okay with just the, the military ones. I got this one, I really like it. It is not the 3/4 throw one. I don't like those. For me, when it's on 3/4 throw, the way I hold the gun, the way I get all the way up in there, it messes with where my thumb goes. I don't like it. So I like the 90-degree throws. It's probably more just because I'm old and that's what I'm used to. And I can accept that. But that's what I like. That's what I go to. I haven't seen it hinder me very much at all. So that's the way I am. Arrow precision, upper and lower, and handguard or 4L or whatever the hell you want to call it. I have shot like Gucci guns, and I've shot really, really cheapy guns, and they're, you know, the way this is put together, like, you know, Sons of Liberty has really good guns, and, you know, their claim to fame is how their upper and lower go together, and they're really, really tight. Dude, I have no play in this at all. I have no issues with Arrow Precision. I have a couple of their stuff. I like them. They're on the cheaper side price-wise, but I haven't had any issues. Granted, there was one person out there that was like, oh my God, I don't like Arrow Precision. And then everybody starts sucking his dick or whatever. I don't give a fuck. I have no issues with them. It's fine. It works for me great, okay? Arrow Precision, upper, lower, I have, so I'm testing out this PSA 3.5 pound flat face single stage trigger. I really like single stage triggers. I really like flat face triggers. I'm a little bit of a trigger snob, I guess. And I don't like stock triggers. I'm not even a fan of Geisley triggers, not really. I've shot them before. I don't understand why they're like $300. It doesn't make any sense to me. So usually I'm a CMC guy. I really like those. I saw this, got it it was on sale. A couple of my buddies said it's really nice, so I got it, and I like it so far. I like it a lot. I'm testing out this little, you see it right there? This little oversized mag release button thing. So far it's kind of cool. It makes it so you can't really mess that up. I got longer fingers, so I never really had an issue. I'll tell you what, a lot of people are like, oh my God, what is that? Thinking it's like some fucking button to some NASA thing. I don't know, but I have no issues at all. Let's see. Charging handle. So great story about this. I bought the Bear Creek charging handle because it was like 30 bucks, and I was like, there's no way charging handle should be $100. So I bought the Bear Creek charging handle. I was really, really, really disappointed with it. It was super, super gritty. I did not like it. I did not like how it latched. I don't like anything about it, to tell you the truth. Not a fan. I know there's a whole bunch of people that really like those, and that's fine. They're really cheap. I mean, they do the job. Like, they work. However, I did not like the grittiness or how it felt. Again, personal preference, just mine. This is my fucking gun, so whatever, right? So I bought a Radiant Arms one. Obviously, you hear all the stories about Radiant. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I bought it, and I love it. It is the smoothest charging handle I've ever had. Before this, I was a big DCM guy. Now, dude, man, this thing is pretty awesome. I really like it. It's super smooth. I'm pretty sure this is the polymer version. So people are like, oh my God, it's gonna break. I've never, ever, ever broken a charging handle before. So I don't know why people keep saying that shit, but whatever. Let's see, going up there, I have these little risers. No, they are not Unity risers, because the Unity risers are $100, and these are made out of the exact same aluminum, and they were $30. I can't do it. Can't do it. I just, certain things, I just, can't do it. I might get the Unity flip to center mount for, I have a 3-powered magnifier for this. I might get that, but as far as these go, nah, can't spend that much money on them. Just, oh, sorry, can't do it. Optic, EOTech. I don't know which is the XSPZ3, whatever. I don't know. It's got a fucking circle and a dot in the middle, whatever that one's called. I have been running EOTech since 2004. In 2004, we had the choice between M68 aim points and the Trigicon piece of shit ACOGs. I did not like either one of those. I bought my own EOTech out of Ranger Joe's catalog when I was in Iraq. It shipped there, and I have loved them ever since. No issues whatsoever. I've noticed that in my old age, I have a little bit of astigmatism now. It kind of messes with me a little bit. It's not as crisp as it used to be. However, it does not slow me down at all. Still love it. It's gray because that's the only color they had. And it turns out that it doesn't look that bad. Cool. Okay. My buddy over at 13 Millworks, he's got these little goblins right here. These little things here. And they got a little tab. Let's see if you can see this little tab. Little tab. All these are like little bungee keepers. As you can see, the earlier the one I threw off, boom, it was all the way across the room there. Keeps your sling and all that good stuff. No issues with that. Speaking of slings, like I said, I got this Travis Haley, I don't know, sling names or nothing. So let's talk about this now. I have a quick detach here, and I have a quick detach on the opposite side over here, okay? On the opposite side, you've probably seen a bajillion videos talking about how it's on the opposite side because it keeps the gun closer to you when you transition and things like that. Okay, I can see that being true. I've never had any issue. When I transition, I like to rotate my gun. That way it puts a little bit of tension on it, keeps it closer to my body in the first place, so I don't have to worry about that. This, up here, I have ran my sling like that since I can remember. I don't know. You know what? I think the reason why I did it was because back in the day, back in the 90s, when we had super long guns, when I was a saw gunner for a long time. When I got rid of my saw, I went to a M203, and I remember we didn't have the mount or something like that for it. So I put a bunch of 550 cord right here, and I put my sling right there. And I was like, dude, this is awesome, because the original slings were like this long. They didn't have all these cool guy adjustments and things like that. So that's how I ran it. And it worked for me. It worked great for me. I've been running right here for the longest time. If they didn't have this quick detach right here, I would throw some 550 cord around this and wrap it like that. I have no issues with that. I really like my sling right there. I don't want my sling way out to the front. I don't like that. For me, it kind of gets in my way. I like my hand to be a little bit more free, but hey, if you like that, that's on you, man. If you can run your gun like that, so be it. I don't care. This is my gun. It's what it does. All right, so let's go on to the front here. The tip. We already infiltrated the butt. Now let's infiltrate the tip. Okay, so a few things. Let's go with handguard. Handguard is really big. See that? That's what she said. The reason why is because I have a suppressor on weight. The government is waiting to tell me that I'm a good boy and I can have it. But what this does is it allows the suppressor just to get right up underneath there, like about a half an inch. So it gets the flow really good, the feng shui, if you will. And that's why. So this is the bigger one. That is the reason why I don't have any hand stops or anything on this, because that's just going to make it a little too big, a little too gaudy. So I have this. You might be asking, why do you have 700 pounds of tape on there? Well, I'm going to tell you, we took this to range 2 weeks ago, I want to say. My buddy has the exact same can that I bought, so he let me borrow it. He was there with us, and we all took turns shooting with the can, and we burned down, it was probably like 7 mags, like a little over 200 rounds, in a very, very fast time. And this got hot, and it got way too hot. So I had to add some tape. Tape is not to, I mean, it keeps the cords nice and tight, but it also keeps the heat off your hands if you don't have any gloves on. So that's why it's got a lot of tape. We'll see, flashlights. Oh man, let me tell you the story about flashlights. Holy shit. Okay, so when I was building this gun, Surefire did not have the turbos out. So the only people that really had the flashlights that I was looking for was Cloud Defense, right? And they had all the candela so you could see through walls and stuff. So I ordered whatever the fuck flashlight this is. This green part. I can't remember what kind it is. It was, excuse me, the coolest, most candelist one that they had at the time, which was a few months ago. I ordered this. It came with this body that's like 700 pounds and it's huge and looks retarded. And I was like, well, I don't want that because the Cloud Defensive buttons and their push pad is fucking horrible. Like, they make really awesome heads of lights, and then that's all they should make. They should never make a light body or a pressure pad because they suck at it. They should just keep the head of the light and then sell those because everything else they make is fucking garbage. However, their heads are pretty nice. Anyways, I bought this. I'm like, fuck, dude, this sucks. I can't, like, I thought you could direct connect it to a Surefire, so I was going to use one of my old ones. Turns out this one's a little bit bigger. I can't do it. So my buddy's like, oh, you got to order this thing. So I had to order another thing from Cloud Defensive, which was basically their adapter from this to a Surefire style body, right? So I fucking had to order that one. So I ordered that, and then I had to order the fucking pressure pad. I ordered that. Anyway, and then I bought the Cloud Defensive little mount here. So I'm fucking $650 into this goddamn flashlight. And then the turbo comes out, okay? So I'm thinking, wow, I'm so much into this flashlight that it has to be the best flashlight known to man. I mean, you don't pay $650 on a flashlight without it being unbelievably awesome. So I buy a Surefire turbo. I put it on one of my other guns, right? And I turn off the lights in my garage, and I turn this one on, I turn the other one on, I hold them side by side, and then I get really, really fucking mad because the Surefire turbo is better than this. And I cried a little bit, sat in the corner for a while. My dog consoled me. It was, it was terrible. Anyways, I got the fucking light. I might switch it out for a turbo later. I don't know. I mean, I'm so far into this light that I might as well just keep it at this point. Anyways, that's my light story. If you're gonna buy a light, don't buy Cloud Defensive. Just fucking buy the goddamn Surefire turbo. You can buy the short one or the long one in the Scout. It doesn't matter. I like them better. The hotspot's actually better. Whatever. Anyways, okay, so let's go on. I have a Knox on here. I was originally going to buy a Sandman can. And then my buddy who has a Sandman and a Yankee Hill said, hey, you really ought to be thinking about this Yankee Hill. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? They're like fucking $400 on sale. Like, they can't be that great. He goes, well, let's go to the range. We go to the range, we shoot them side by side, and I swear to God, you cannot tell the difference in the sound from shooting the difference between either can. So I'm like, well, why the fuck am I going to spend $1,200 on this can when this can's $400 and they sound the same? So I bought the Yankee Hill. The cool thing about the Yankee Hill is it can go on the Knox. We put it right on there. It worked just fine. Super happy about that. I got this. This is, you guys probably know what this is called. I can't remember what it's called. Can't remember who makes it. It's a plastic thing to go over your light so you don't get like light ID or ADs, so like my light's on right now, boop, right? It's actually a really, really cool idea. The issue is the Cloud Defensive, again, the shitty thing about this is you only have two sizes of this cap. It's either a small or a large. The small goes on the Surefire that I have, and the large is supposed to be for this. However, it's too large for this. It's supposed to be for like the giant Cloud Defensive. It's like that fucking big, which is even uglier. And it doesn't work all that well. What happens is when I shoot this without the can on it, the pressure is so bad that it just flies it over, okay? It was so bad one time that it just like this whole thing like was dangling down. Very, very sad. However, I do like this product. The product itself, I have no issues with. The issue I have is with the flashlight, not the product. The product is a great product, especially if you are in that world where you're doing CQB and you don't want to have any flashlight discharges, things like that. I think the product is great. You can go either way with it. It works good. No issues with that. Okay. Let's see. Knox flash hider there. No issues with that either. The only issue I had was getting it timed. I spent like an entire half of a day trying to time this damn thing with all the shims, and I literally could not do it. It's at like 12:30 right now, and it really, really annoys me, but it's what it is. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm gonna throw a can on it. When my can gets here, I'll be okay. Okay, so I think that is about it. I think we made the Navy happy by diving right into the butt right away and then ending with the tip, which is what like the Marine Corps does. So that is it. Like I said, 12.5-inch gun. Oh, let's go. I forgot like what barrel I have. So I have a Ballistics Advantage barrel and a Ballistics Advantage bolt. The reason why was because one, the barrel, I got it on sale. It was a 12.5. It was everything I wanted in a barrel. It can outshoot me, so I'm not like, oh, I'm a fucking barrel snob. Most barrels can outshoot you too, so don't be like that. The bolt carrier group, I was really wanting to go with the Sons of Liberty, and then I started digging into this one. I actually called them and talked to them. They use the exact same Carpenter steel, Sprinko springs, all that stuff, the Sons of Liberty, for a lot cheaper. So I went with that. Boom, right? Bravo Company gas system. I used a 750 gas system on this, combined with the H5, A5 buffer system. And I have not had one single issue. This thing, I swear you can shoot it when you can put it like up to your nose and shoot, and like wouldn't even hurt your nose. My kids love shooting it. All the guys here at work love shooting it. It's a phenomenal gun. Can't say anything more about it. It's just really fun. I like it. I enjoy it. It's not even that heavy. It's really good. If you're wondering why I went with a 750 gas system, I did a lot of research on the kind of gun that I wanted and the reason why I was making it. And I wanted a gun that would run and run and run and run. And basically, Mike from Sons of Liberty, he kind of put it in a way that it makes sense to everybody, right? So when you load a round, you're basically filling a hole, right? You get the round, just like the Navy likes it, right in the butt. You got the round that goes in the chamber, it fills a hole, right? You pull the trigger, it goes bang, bullet exits barrel. You want to now create a hole, right? So you want all that gas blown back, you create a hole, then you want all that spring tension, boom, to fill a hole again. Now, if the gun is dirty, if it's, if the tolerances are super, super tight, you're gonna get a gun that once it gets dirty, once you throw a little, sand or grit or whatever in there, you won't have enough gas to come back to make that hole, right? And then if you use a very light buffer system, then you won't be able to have enough spring tension to fill that hole. So 750 is not the biggest one out there, but that's what I went with, especially with a can on there. I wanted to be able to run it with and without a can. And like I said, I found out a couple weeks ago, man, it runs phenomenal with a can, runs phenomenal without a can. I love it. I can't say anything good about, or anything more good or gooder or goodest or more gooder. English is hard. Can't say anything better about this thing than I already have. I love everything about it. The sling, honestly, I take it or leave it. I don't give a fuck about this sling. It was expensive. I wanted to try it. It was really thin. I don't like thick, like all these huge pads and stuff. I like a real thin sling. I have a couple buddies that make slings, that make really good slings. I just kind of wanted to try this one out. I might switch it out, I don't know. But there's a couple of good things I do like about it. But this is also one of the slings that came with everything, and I didn't have to like buy the sling and then buy other shit to go with it, because that pisses me off. If you're gonna sell a sling, you sell all the shit that goes with it. It's that fucking simple. Other than that, yeah, great gun. I have not shot it that far yet, like as far as like 500, anything like that. I've only kind of zeroed it and then plinked with it, probably like 75, 100 rounds maybe, or 100 meters, I mean. That's probably the farthest I've shot, and it's great. No issues with that. Like I said, the gun can outshoot me, so that's more than you can ask for in a gun. As far as CQB, it's just short enough to do CQB. I haven't done it with a can yet because, again, I don't have my can yet. So once I get it, maybe we can run that and see. Other than that, man, if you guys got any questions, hit me up in the comments. If you want to know any more about any of the stuff I did, let me know. Other than that, that's about it, man. If you're going to build a gun, like honestly, if you're going to build a gun, yes, they are like Legos. However, know what your gun is for. If you're going to build, a purpose-built rifle for a specific task, understand why you're building it, and then get the things that you want to build around your task, okay? Don't buy a gun that shoot, for 1,000 yards that you're going to do CQB with, and vice versa, right? Don't buy a 10.5 inch or build a 10.5 inch gun that you want to shoot 1,000 yards with. It's fucking stupid, right? Build two different guns. And that's it, man. Always ask yourself, are you an asset or a liability? Today, this gun makes me a bigger asset, all right? Questions, comments, concerns, hit me up down there, and that's it. I'll see you guys later.